Are you still making a difference? Are you taking care of yourself? Hi, my name is Jeff Raker. Welcome to the two questions for today. One of the things that I've chosen to do to give back to my community and to a sport, swimming, that has meant so much to me and done so much for me is I officiate. And I've had the privilege of traveling the world, representing the United States, and what a great journey, what a great ride. But it can't be about me. It's never about you. It's about the difference you're making. We'll get to the question here in a minute. It had to do with something that happened around a pool deck in Florida. Walking in the hallway before the meet started, I spied one of the stand-up guys in our sport, Coach Nic Askew from Howard University. We walked up to each other, embraced, and with a hand on my shoulder, he asked, "Are you still making a difference?" I shared quickly about how I felt I was making a difference. And then he looked at me and he asked, "Are you taking care of yourself?" I talked about how I do that. I turned the tables. We both were able to answer yes to both questions. I started asking it of myself and of others. I shared it with a fellow official at that meet, and his eyes open. He's like, "Oh, I am going to start including those questions in my conversations with people." Are you still making a difference in people's lives? Or are you leading for your own sake? Where do you make a difference? How do you make a difference? What's your vision? What's your purpose? My purpose is to make a difference. It's ironic that Coach Nic asked me that question, and that is my why, to make a difference. What's your why? Leaders who only lead for themselves and to gain things for themselves and don't make a difference in their people's lives, gosh, that's not leadership. It's short-lasting leadership. It's not legacy. And then, are you taking care of yourself? It may be, in fact, I'm sure it is, that when I take better care of myself, I make a bigger difference in people's lives. How do you take care of yourself? One of my leadership axioms is that self-care is not selfish. Know what you need. I was on with a client recently who was able to say, "I need more sleep than the average person to really be at my best." And so they have to say no to later nights. They turn in earlier. They do different things in order to take care of themselves, in order to be at their best for their people, in order to make a difference. What do you need? Don't apologize for it. Are you still making a difference? Are you taking care of yourself? Thanks, Coach Nic, for pressing those questions into my life. Now, how are you going to press them into your life and into the lives of those you lead? Level up your leadership with this question for today.